all to the 29th edition of Medicall. A hearty welcome to each one of you. Thank you for joining here with us this morning. This is the first session that we are kickstarting for this edition of Medicall, and we're very, very happy to welcome Professor Dr. R. Chandrashekhar, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us this morning. His profile runs to several pages, and I've managed my best to collect the key points from his profile. It's going to be a quick introduction of Dr. R. Chandrashekhar. He's a chairman, IBGC Green Healthcare Rating, consultant at World Bank, and he's also served as a consultant at Indo-UK Institute of Health, a peer review consultant at NMDC Limited and Government of Odisha, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra, former chief architect with Ministry of Health and FW Government of India, vice president at Research Foundation of Hospital and Healthcare Administration, vice president India BIM Association. In the field of medical architecture, Dr. Chandrashekhar is the first PhD holder in India. He's got many accolades to his credit. He's a recipient of Genius Millennium Award 2002 by All India Management Council for outstanding achievement and significant contribution to mankind by Delhi Medical Care in collaboration with International Indo-Russian Federation, youth clubs and Delhi State AIDS Control Society. He's also the recipient of Best Citizen of India Award 2006 by International Publishing House, Delhi. Recipient of Top Healthcare Architect 2013 by Medgate Today, India Healthcare Awards 2013. Recipient of First Humanitarian Award for Outstanding Contribution to the people of India for his work in improving the state of the art of architecture for health in India. Center for Health System and Design, Texas A&M University, USA. He's a visiting professor, South Bank University, London, UK. Faculty AIMS Jammu for joint MBA program of IIT IIM and AIMS Jammu. Also, he's the guest faculty at Department of Hospital Administration, AIMS IHMR, Delhi. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and over to you.
This is a subject where we deal with not only infrastructure, medical equipment and manpower all together. Then only the system works. Otherwise, you may build a hospital, if it is lack of manpower or lack of equipment, it will have its own impact, it will not function. Similarly, what is green hospital? A green hospital has main focus is patient, there is a facilitator, doctors, nurse, staff, then infrastructure, that is hospital building and all departments, labs, services, etc. and environment. Evidence-based design. Just now I was with the chief guest and also was telling that how important is the connecting with nature, and nature is a great healer. So evidence-based design, that indoor air quality we have understood, which I will be talking in little detail, that during COVID how the airborne infection had faced a challenge, and the green hospital concerns are patient care and recovery, energy consumption, and safe and desirable environment for healthcare professional and worker, and infection control, that is indoor air or environment quality, and light and ventilation, and a waste management. So these are the basic green hospital parameters. I will not go into details of what is green, saving, etc. I will just get into COVID related issue. Categorization of COVID hospital. When COVID happened, I being from the Ministry of Health, we have to work out the standardization. We made 3 levels. The first level, all you are knowing, that it is more into the quarantine facility. Second level, where we needed a little oxygenation, little higher, and the facility was needed. And the third one is the where intensive care unit was also essential. So these were the 3 levels categorized, and accordingly the ministry we standardize the kind of infrastructure, equipment and kind of medicines, etc. to be provided. Then, conversion of operational hospital into makeshift. This was the second challenge, because there were a lot of hospitals which didn't have those many facilities, and we have to face how to convert them, what kind of a pressurization we have to do, how to do negative pressurization, and whether our circulation and other parameters will manage it or not. patient biocontainment unit with a separate entrance in the ED emergency department. That is, first level of entry in the emergency, let us contain them. Then disinfectant chamber through which staff and patient need to pass through before coming and going from the premises. Then by converting private room wards into isolation room and creating negative pressurized isolation room and treating exhaust air before leaving into atmosphere. Because it is not only the filtration and the parameters for the air, but even what you throw out is also equally important. Then trapping and killing the bacteria and viruses, that is magnetic filterless technology, both in fresh air and recirculatory air within the premises. We call this as a trap and kill. Up till now, our ventilation system were stopping at the filtration. You have HEPA filter, microwave filter. The filters will have a colony of pathogens. So kill them. So that is how the ultraviolets were used. And then making necessary changes in centralized and standalone cooling system to incorporate bypass system to create negative pressurized and fan filter exhaust system. And lastly, implication of ultraviolet germicidal irradiation and upper room UVGI in the isolation and ICUs at home. Now, second step, people were not able to get into the hospital because the COVID related issue. We started with Digital India, Digital Portal, e-Sanjeevani, and these kind of e-OPD like consultation. Why everybody should rush to hospital when these consultations can be had in a proper way, in an electronic way, that is digital. That way you screen the patient so that there is a minimal people required. When minimal people are there, that means my infrastructure can squeeze. Same way, my appointment system, my number of human resources will get reduced, and that is how your efficiency will increase. Even Government of India has started making wellness centers all around the nearby district for the reason, let district hospital be getting the patient who are actually the sufferer and need admission or need hospitalization. Not that everybody is getting it. Then some expert doctor needed a consultation among themselves. That teleconsultation started happening, and we have started making hotspot or the telemedicine kiosks in the various tier 1, tier 2 cities where these facilities were also very easily possible. And these kiosks also contain several digital medical devices. And then crowd was a big challenge in government. Private, anyway, you were all giving an appointment and then people were becoming. But in the government, particularly like AIDS-like institution, where we were getting 10 to 12,000 footfall per day in OPD. Crowd management was a big challenge. Then they, even initial computerization, they started, let us give, let the people like airline or railways can pick up a ticket, and when his number comes, he can go. But that doesn't work. A lot of people were fighting the ticket, where to pick up the ticket. Then we tried one in AIMS, JP Center, that is our trauma center. We issued a tab to all the doctors. The moment the patient comes, they take photograph, their ID, they get all the information particulars. Then doctors are not very comfortable in typing. So in the tab you can write. But bad handwriting may also give medication error. So we gave them a drop note. So second challenge, the patient, after 3 months when he comes, you ask him, sir, I lost my OPD ticket. So you can retrieve. So all these facilities, and then electronic medical record was also made mandatory. So these all work greatly. Some of the hospital has started also using the room. And how to have a touchless kind of it. So this is how they were also working on that, how to create touchless, like whether the tap or whether the other facilities. So this is one of the first level. People started using self-service hospital guide because now everybody is used to smartphone. And it is not necessary that everybody needs help. One can always be able to see this. Then, mobile point of care, mobile workstation for electronic patient record and clinical view. So, in one place you are getting, so the kind of number of human resources, reduction in human resources, and similarly the space. Because everything costs. And then, mobile clinical assistant for the clinical people and bedside infotainment, that is information and entertainment. Sometimes what happens, a patient has just been operated for knee surgery. He can attend office, but because of his knee surgery, he cannot mobilize himself from there. So he can work with all these Wi-Fi and other facilities. So this information and entertainment also can be combined together. And then the nurses, traveling between nursing station and patient and ward. Highly integrated computerized nursing card to optimize patient care process and enable mobile point of care. So going mobile at the point of care, that was another thing, so that we are always finding shortage of nurse. So this also will happen. Then latest in MRI, a lot of people are feeling claustrophobic. They don't like to get inside, and that's very difficult. So these are the latest MRI which has come, which can be used for bariatric patient, pediatric patient, geriatric patient, or claustrophobic. These are the kind of innovations are being done. You know that in Medicall, we give an innovation award. And every time when I see wonderful innovations, we don't even imagine. And such thing comes when out of our own, solution for the problem. Now, this is how it looks like. In the villages, people followed the social distancing because I understand that the occupancy was not there to that extent, but still people were disciplined on to doing this. Then, the impact of emerging technology on hospital post-COVID. Pharmaceutical will replace some of the procedure and will decrease the need for admission to hospital, and newer vaccines will treat as well as prevent disease. Then minimally invasive surgery will reduce hospital stay and promote outpatient operations. And nowadays, the average length of stay, our reduction on that is one of the very focus area. Robotic surgery is already in place now, and sensors will change central laboratories and intensive care units of today. Even you have seen, today the post-COVID we have seen, once upon a time we used to go to the lab, now most of the tests are done at home. You get your reports in the email. A patient, whether he is aged or anybody, he need not go. Even to the extent people have got a home nursing care and also home ICU facility. So home care has also came out in a big way. Now, digital hospital infrastructure. In a digital hospital, system and people can communicate with each other to make the hospital more responsive, agile and flexible. Up-to-date information improves responsiveness and eases the information, bottlenecks the block hospital throughput. Then two-way communication between nurse and patient reduces unnecessary walking by nurse, giving them more time to focus on the patient care. See, efficiency of the manpower or efficiency of the any clinical system can be achieved only when we try to reduce it during the planning. And NDHM, now you know that Government of India has launched the Digital India Mission, and NDHM is the National Digital Health Mission. And this was launched in last year, 15th of August, and this was taken over that we had a National Health Authority and even National Digital Blueprints were made, how the methodologies, and this is all available in the web also, and every district and every hospital have been asked to follow it up. Then, Prime Minister Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission. This is the recent one which is launched somewhere in September, October. Post-COVID, they realized two major things. Our public health system was brought to knees, everybody knows. And testing, we were in shambles. ICU, we were very bad. So, what is the scheme? In this scheme, the network of surveillance system and how the labs are created at local areas and I was recently also a jury of, this corporate social responsibility, CSR schemes. People are coming up with various things. I could see innovative things happening in various parts, tribal area, remote area. Such things are brought in and local people are energized to do this. Then, very recently, just 2 days ago, PMDHN, that is Pradhan Mantri Digital Health Card, you all must have heard, this was also launched. So we'll create a seamless online platform through provision of wide range of data, information and infrastructure services interoperated. Only thing is, yes, I know it is a challenge, clubbing the private data and the government data, it's all the challenge and the challenges are slowly we are getting resolved it and this is what is going to be. Today I have my health ID, any part of the India we can go to any hospital and all your data, digital data will be, your health record will be available. In the COVID time we have analyzed the same thing that the critical, severe, moderate and mild, these were the kind of facility. So we shifted, critical will need a mechanical ventilation, severe will need an oxygen therapy and moderate and mild will be just an isolation. Now, emergency department what we did, create a robust one-way triage for the hospital emergency department. And this we created because this was already not there so in the planning. So we created a referral screening pre-trial unit in front of the adjacent to the emergency department access and this is how we try to do it at that time because before making them entering the emergency. See, recently I am also doing one work, very special work. It is first of its kind in India for civilian. It's called CBRN. CBRN means chemical, biological, radiological or nuclear disaster happens. Then how you do the decontamination. Till date, this has been handled by Ministry of Defence. This is a defence personnel matter. Now we are making it for civilian. And for your information, the first is coming in Chennai, Stanley Medical College. This is a government of India, central government will be supporting this scheme. Because people are not aware whether any kind of a disaster, terrorism or anything happens, they will simply take him and put him in the emergency. They won't know how much he is going to contaminate the available people also. The people already present with the everything. So, you have to understand the criticality. Now what has happened, one more thing, because I am also advisor to government of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, then Odisha, now I am going for Maharashtra and Nagaland also. Because post-COVID, the need for medical college and district hospital upgradation is happening in a big way. Now in the district hospital, post-COVID, they realized should have a separate infectious disease. So that is how I will today take you to that also. This is how, if a small, whatever the capacity depends upon what is the demand. How this thing will be at the entry. This is how a ramp or this thing. A doctor comes in, doctor and staff they enter the lobby, and from their lobby, one side is your lab and paramedics. The doctor and nurses gets into their room. Then they are getting into the clean corridor. From clean corridor, they get into the sterile suit by taking shower. Then they get into the corridor which is total ultra sterile, and then through the empty room, they enter the patient. And then the same way they come out, but they come out, exit. This is, we call it donning and doffing. Donning and doffing cannot be together, it has to be a different circulation. That you have to remember while anywhere you are getting. Then this is the place where they will remove their waste shower, then come out, patient will enter and the patient is taken to the his room, and same way if it is a dead body or even before the fellow is taken. This is just a 3D image just to show you this is the common area from where they get into their room and change room, and then from patient's room, and also wearing all that suit. Now you people are all knowledgeable, because once upon a time the PPE kit and these things were not known to everyone. Now COVID has taught everything very easy. So this is the circulation, and finally they come out after changing, they come. So this is how people have started making a separate block of ID. The moment I come to know that is an infectious disease, now we don't say only COVID, because it can be anything. So infectious disease becomes one of the clear. Another area in the private room, they had also made, if you see the black arrow, that is the one through which you will be getting the patient will be entering from here, and staff will be entering from here, and exit of the staff after throwing their this thing, they will be coming out. This is the kind of a circulation started working out depending upon the nature of the case. So you have to understand this is not only a standard thing, but when you know, you have to create such areas. This is a standard our isolation room, where you know that the isolation room's entry is through the empty room, and they have an attached facility, and it has a negative pressure and pressurization. Now, my concern is, now, this is, I don't know whether it is visible. This is the typical, what you call COVID ward. I'll do one thing. This is the central portion where all the services, even open courtyards are there, toilet is there, and consultation room, etc. there. And this is the bed. I was talking about connecting with nature. Every bed has a window. I will show you the little detail. Here the bed is here, and this is the common wall where all the services are there, and the nurse's duty station can handle both sides. You can have male, female, or similarly, if you have speciality, you can have it this way. Even in the closer way, you can find this is the bed. And how it will look like this. In the sense, when you cannot afford a room everywhere, because it's supported by nurse. I can't have that many manpower. And there are certain government hospitals where I have to take care of this. Now, connecting with nature, the person has a greater. Today, the research is east side lighting versus west side lighting as an impact. So, you have to take a call that what kind of average of stay, bipolar disease has this thing, minimum antibiotics consumption, all is happening by using this. We call it also evidence-based design. Now, you have to select, this also you will learn, that finishes which you pick up, cleanable, because material which side, repeated cleaning. You know that during COVID it has become very important. Then easy to maintain and repair, durable, resistant to microbial growth, that is metal, acrylic, mineral, copper in all test surfaces, and non-porous and seamless. Here again I would like to tell you, copper. Now I will tell you, and also the performance-based pre-engineered building is preferred construction technology. It can be very speedily you can do it. Now, this is one more thing before I come to the copper. I want to show you what I showed you 3 levels of patient. WHO also came up with this SARI, that is severely acute respiratory. Now here what they did, an existing building may be repurposed into a SARI treatment center if the minimum requirements are met. Minimum ventilation rate of 60 liters per second per patient for mild and moderate ward. Minimum ventilation rate of 160 liters per second per patient for severe ward and intensive care ward. And airflow from clean to dirty zone. And patient and staff flow can be clearly defined and distances respected. And all finishes, furniture, patient care, equipment can be effectively cleaned and are compatible with the facility disinfectant. So this is where the first level where people come for screening. From there they are decided whether they have to go into this, that is short stay or oxygenation, severe case or critical case. And the lab is in the center, and entry to this staff and their resting. You know that a lot of healthcare workers could go to their house for 10-15 days. So they have to have the restroom and other retiring facilities, and then waste zone and the mop. So this kind of critical chemical things were issued so that all the districts who are not aware what to do could go about it. I was just telling you about infection control in terms of 80% of the infection happens through touch surface. And touch surface, that is wherever, like door handle, IV fluid stand or bed rail or grab bar, there if you can use copper is antimicrobial. Somebody told, sir, copper is very expensive. We are saying you can use it only the place where you are going to touch it. And also, you have to understand, expensive is what? The cost of life. And you have all understood how many times we have been washing hands during the COVID. Earlier, I remember my olden days when my mother will not offer me food. If I come back from school, I don't change my clothes, remove my shoes and take a bath and come for it. Today, washing hand has been again retaught by our own people. Then, this is where all you touch, just see. The bed rail, over the patient table, IV pole, monitor pen, bed lever, visitor chair arm, stethoscope. Even for that matter, sometimes you will find mouse also. Now, I will be talking to you about airborne infection control, that risk of airborne transmission. These are the three methods we were using. First was pressurization. Negative pressure in isolation room and positive. This is very common based on different cases. And then dilution, that is high ventilation rate, it is air changes per hour. In a huge space like OPD, huge crowd, people are sweating, push the air from one side and push it out from the other side. That was what is the highest rate of ventilation. We call it force mechanical filtration. We were using use of pre-filter, microwave filter, HEPA filter, people used to say. But what has happened? Filtration was only trapping the pathogen. It is not killing. So colony of pathogen is there. That is why we use purification. That is destroying infectious agent in air through exposure to UV radiation. That is UVGI or photohydroionization or HEPA-MD. HEPA-MD is high efficiency particulate arrestance, microbial destruction. I'll also give you a little bit. Meanwhile, AII, that is airborne infection isolation. This was the one refers to isolation patient infected with organism spread via airborne droplets. Even the COVID was also considered a Then protective environment refers to specialized area of patient whose immune mechanism are deficient or undergone allogenic hematopoietic. Means that is stem cell transplant happens, the fellow's immunity is very low. Now, these are the general negative pressurization standard which we follow. Nowadays we use ASHRAE or ISHRAE, both are the standard besides National Building Code. So you can find the toilet of the ward is the highest group static pressure of -20 Pascal and 12 times per hour, heavily contaminated area, that is the area. Then the wards are -15 Pascal where 12 times per hour contaminated air, and then patient corridor -10 and 6 times. All these patient corridor, buffer room and treatment room are -10. But only thing is treatment room is considered semi-clean area. These are all having 6 times, and medical staff corridor and medical staff office dressing room is a -5%. And these are the UVGI facilities, that is ultraviolet germicidal irradiation, where you could see UVGI tubes, upper group UVGI. See, remember one thing, ultraviolet is very harmful if you are seeing through naked eye, or even harmful for the skin. It has to be indirect. So we call it upper UVGI, means the rays will be going up. Generally what happens, the airborne drop with this thing, we have seen studied two types. One is going upwards and another one is getting into droplet in a thicker form during the COVID. So then the duct itself, inside duct, how you can induct the, even in the coil, the UVGI system, ultraviolet. Then designed for AII, airborne system. That is, whether it is old, new air condition or central. Somebody came and told me, sir, you design big hospital, AIIMS and medical college. I run a small clinic and nursing home in this thing. I use only split AC. I said split AC is not at all recommended. Neither a cassette AC. But just to say that you throw away this and start working it, we have to find out a solution. So we inducted even the UV lab inside the cassettes and the split ACs, so that your air can be purified and it can be very well controlled. Now, you could see high work, split AC, ductable, everywhere. And what we did, we found, these are the four, we did the test. There we found, one is virus kill rate, so that you could see SARS and COVID. Then microorganism, bacteria rate, almost 100%. And PM 2.5 reduction. Sometimes people used to ask me, sir, you take fresh air. In Delhi, even the fresh air is a pollutant. What to do? So that means your first level of intake itself is to be processed. Once it is processed inside, circulated, when you are throwing out also, it is also to be processed. Then volatile organic compound reduction, 90% efficiency. So what was the idea? Trap and kill technique. Polluted air, you are trapping, impingement, polarization and aggregation. This is the way you are trying to see that the filtered air is particle filter up to 0.1 micron size. This is how the three stages work. First stage is a pre-filter, effective on PM10. Second stage is a polarization, where electron charge polarization field, that enlarges, effective on microparticle, makes them thicker. Then dual polarity, now effective on PM 2.5. What is HEPA-MD? HEPA-MD was high efficiency particulate resistance microbial destruction. And this works in 4 stages. Exposition to non-thermal plasma is the first level. Captured by electrical media is the second level. Molecular filtration is third. And molecular trapping is fourth. So, you could see microbial destruction, airborne microorganism. Then biological decontamination and high efficiency particulate arrestant. Charged material exiting stage 1 are captured by an electrically active media, where organic material are continuously exposed to the plasma. Then catalytic conversion. Oxidant chemical species are removed by a catalytic monolith, and molecular trapping, organic and mineral volatile molecular pollutants are absorbed onto an active carbon medium. So these are available in these 4 models. Sometimes what happens, you already have a existing ICU, a pediatric ICU, existing air conditioning system. So you don't have to change everything. You can bring in one kind of a unit, keep it on site, that will take care of these parameters which we have said, so that your particular ICU gets the best environment. This is the ceiling type. This is one mode, that mobile protective environment. Here what happens, suppose a burn patient is very infectious. You can control them within this area, so that there is a air pressurization, and that is all been handled by this. And sealing diffuser system for air decontamination in high infectious risks. So, the benefits of air disinfection technology are proven protection against the transmission of the airborne pathogen, proven benefit to the healthcare sector, effective against MRSA, norovirus, and various avian flus, and effective against unpleasant odor. So, current CDC, Central for Disease Control in US, has already guideline recommends negative pressure room with anti-room for patient with a pneumogenic fever and use of HEPA respirator by person entering this room. When the patient has a prominent cough, vomiting, diarrhea or hemorrhage, face shield or goggles will help to prevent mucous membrane exposure to potentially aerosolized infectious material in these situations. In fact, when we were working out norms, even the gown and what kind of a material, so we also were working out if the patient vomits on the, the dress which any health worker is wearing, how those things are to be handled, how, you have all seen the pictures, etc. We have gone in much more detail because we also have a Center for Disease Control as they have in US, we have NCDC, National Control of Disease. So this is how we were working out a lot of regulation. And use of COVID robotics, this becomes very popular in some of the major hospitals. There are robots used for contagion and virus control that are able to generate high concentration ultraviolet rays that destroys contagious disease. This can be used most effectively in the decontamination or detoxification of COVID healthcare facilities, wards, transport facilities, and the like. This will be like this. You can be outside with your iPad, you can operate, and this will do the needful within few seconds and in a larger area in few minutes. So this system uses patented sensor 360 technology. And similarly, in the small wards, you can have a striking solution. A patient is discharged and you have to sterilize that room, including toilet. You can utilize this kind of a light strike robot. So these have also come into this thing. And also the micro solution, like proven to sanitize 99% of the person contaminant. And similarly scrubbing, even you can see the wheelchair also can be put into the ultraviolet scrubbing. Now, today we are facing something new. What has happened? What is geopathic stress and electrosmog? Everyone is using smartphone. People have started working from home. More number of laptops, they are all emitting radiation. Geopathic stress, now our next speaker is going to talk to you in detail. It's not only healthcare. In some of the healthcare area, you are facing one more difficulty. What is that? You always find why that gym space, why this place only always get a problem, why this equipment is getting breakdown every now and then. Somebody told me during our talk with the, sir, we have started using air purifier. What is your recommendation? I said, my dear, two things you have to understand. When air purifier is used, you have to close all the doors and windows. Yes, sir, that's it. Then I said, earlier in your house, there were 1 or 2 persons staying. Now everybody is working from home. The CO2 level has gone high. What will you do? So one side you are trying to solve that I am controlling PM 2.5, PM 10 or whatever, and other side, this is the thing. Any solution should not be thought of in piecemeal. That is why today, particularly Medicall is very fortunate to have the people who have done research for years together are in front of you, who is going to talk on this, and they'll tell you. It is very easy. You must have seen a movie called 2.0, that logo, in which the all telephone, mobile phones are taken away and the birds are getting a problem. The same way, here we are also seeing that just removal is not a solution. How to make it correct image? So that is where the next speaker will be talking about. So any query, you can note down my email ID, and also for any kind of a Indian Green Building Council, healthcare rating system or the norms or parameters, it is www.igbc.in. igbc.in, and you will be getting this thing. And hereby I complete on dot. So you have given me 1 minute, warning, but still I couldn't get it. So thank you very much. And any questions we can ask, and based on how their structure is, I am available. But why I gave this is, I am available 24/7 for any kind of a document, any kind of assistance or anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for a very informative session and starting the seminar sessions of the 29th edition of Medicall.